guys, it's Megan, and in today's video, I'll be showing you a few ideas for things that you can do when you're bored this winter. One of my favorite things to do when I'm bored is to learn something new. That's why I'm super excited about today's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people. They have classes on all sorts of topics, like illustration, graphic design, photography, animation, and more. Skillshare classes are a great way to keep yourself occupied during your free time. It's less than $10 per month for an annual subscription. I've always wanted to learn how to do macrame, so I took this class called Create a Macrame Wall Hanging Using 5 Easy Knots by Peggy Dean. I ordered some macrame cord from Amazon. It hasn't arrived yet, but I can't wait to practice what I learn when it gets here. I thought it was cool that she showed an easy way to measure your cord. You guys have no idea how many times I've started a project and run out of supplies halfway through. Macrame is the perfect craft to keep you busy in the winter. Plus, it's fairly inexpensive. If you're looking for inspiration, the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. So with all that being said, let's just get into the video. The first idea that I have for you guys is to make a seasonal playlist. Since Christmas is coming up, I made mine holiday themed. But if the holidays are over or if you don't celebrate, you can make a winter themed playlist or a Valentine's Day one. You could just make this on your phone or on Spotify, but I decided to be a little bit extra and turn this into a page in my art journal. That's another thing that you can do when you're bored. I just made a video with a bunch of ideas for that. I always liked the Christmas songs from random celebrities more than the classic Christmas songs, probably because they weren't as overplayed. So I made a playlist of a few of my favorites that came out when I was younger. Except the Jonas Brothers one. That one came out last year, although technically I was younger last year, so I still counted it. I decorated the page with some random scrapbook paper and stickers that I had, and I printed out a Spotify code that you can scan to be taken to the playlist. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Christmas song is. Another thing you could do when you're bored during winter is to look up and make holiday decorations. There are so many ideas on Pinterest, and I'm sure that you can find something that you already have the materials for. I made this gingerbread house garland. The gingerbread houses were made from this cinnamon dough recipe that I like to make every year. All you need is 3/4 of a cup of cinnamon, half a cup of applesauce, and a tablespoon of Elmer's glue. You'll also need a rolling pin and some cookie cutters. I made this one with my 3D printer. Mix all of the ingredients together in a bowl. The applesauce I had already came in a 4-ounce container, so I just dumped that in. And I didn't feel like cleaning glue out of a tablespoon, so I just eyeballed it. This recipe is honestly pretty hard to mess up. Dust your work surface with a little bit of cinnamon and remove the dough from the bowl. It might look a little bit crumbly, but that's how it's supposed to look. Just stick it right back together. Roll out the dough and start cutting out your shapes. This will depend on what cookie cutters that you have. I think gingerbread men would be cute, or you could do hearts and keep it up till Valentine's Day. Use a straw to poke holes in the dough for hanging, and place the shapes on a cookie sheet. Smush the remaining dough back together, roll it back out, and repeat this process until you run out of dough. You could let these air dry, or you could bake them at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for about 2.5 hours. Once the ornaments are cool and out of the oven, make sure to sand down any rough edges. If you don't have sandpaper, you could also use a nail file. Just make sure to wash it off afterwards. Now it's time to decorate. You can use practically anything that you have to decorate these. I used white puffy paint, and I made the design a little bit different on each one. I poked 2 holes in each gingerbread house because I wanted to turn them into a garland. We learned that my kittens like to climb the Christmas tree, so ornaments probably are not going to be happening this year. So I thought this would at least be something. I used some string and some pony beads to separate the houses a little, and I put some tape on the end of my string so that it wouldn't come undone. Once everything was on, I tied a knot at both ends of the string and cut off the excess. And that's it. Now all I had to do was hang it up somewhere where the cats can't reach it. These smell so good and they last forever. My mom's had one of these on our tree that I'm pretty sure she got before I was born, and it still smells. This next idea is super random, I don't know why I thought of this, but it was actually kind of fun to do. Go through your junk mail and grab any toy catalogs that you find. I got this one from Amazon a few weeks ago, and I thought it was really cute. I know that some people don't like Amazon, but it had free stickers in it, so I saved it. Which, don't sleep on junk mail this time of year. I also found some stickers in an American Eagle catalog. Flip through and cut out anything that you would have liked as a kid. It could be new things that weren't available back then, or even things that you might have wanted but never ended up getting. After you've cut everything out, turn the images into a collage. This is another thing that you could put in your sketchbook or art journal. This idea was supposed to be for like a Christmas sketchbook ideas video, but I couldn't think of 5 ideas. Plus, I already did a video like that last year, so like, yeah. I had this like Barbie styling head when I was younger that I loved, but poor girl was bald by the time I was done with her. And I saw these little dogs from Crayola, and I thought that they would have been right up my alley as a kid. Like, you can draw on them, and then you like give them a bath to wash them off. And this gumball machine, for some reason, I was like obsessed with gumball machines at some point. I don't know, this is just a cute little random thing to do, and it was kind of fun. This next idea is a classic, and that's to make paper snowflakes. All you need is some paper and scissors, which you probably already have. To fold a snowflake, take a piece of printer paper and fold one of the corners up like this. Cut off this rectangle piece hanging off, then fold the bottom corner of the triangle up like this. Fold both edges of the triangle so that they overlap. Then cut off this extra part at the top. You can find a bunch of different designs on Pinterest, or you can just cut it randomly and see what happens. I found a snowman design that I thought was really cute, so I tried to replicate it. I cut out all of the parts that are shaded in. For the eyes and the mouth, I used a hole punch. My hole punch wasn't strong enough to go through all the layers of paper, so I had to unfold it a little bit for that part. Thankfully, it did leave a mark so that I knew where to punch the hole. When you unfold your snowflake, it's kind of difficult to get it to lay flat. You could place it under something heavy like this pack of paper to flatten it out. I've always wanted to make a bunch of these and hang them from my ceiling, like in the movie Elf, and as much as I'd love to do that, I did not have time for that this week, so I just glued the snowflake on top of some scrapbook paper to make wall art instead. These window clings make the perfect winter decorations. All you need is either some puffy paint, glue, or glitter glue. You'll also need a Ziploc bag and a printout of the designs that you want to make. I kept mine simple with these snowflakes. I put the printout inside the Ziploc bag, then traced over the images with this glitter puffy paint. If you don't have puffy paint, you can just use regular Elmer's glue and sprinkle some glitter on top. Or you could use glitter glue. Wait about 4 hours for them to dry, and peel the snowflakes off the plastic bag. These will stick right to your window, and they're completely removable. They won't leave any damage when you're ready to take them down. These snowflakes are great to use all winter, but you could do something more Christmassy like Santa, or you could do hearts for Valentine's Day. If you don't have windows to decorate, these are also great to stick to your mirror. I've made these before, and whenever I want to take them down, I put them in this binder. I just stuck them onto some binder sleeves so I could find them and use them again the next year. Another great activity to do when you're bored is to learn how to knit or crochet. I don't know why, but somehow I ended up on crochet TikTok. I told you guys this in another video. I'm still working on making the Harry Styles inspired cardigan. Slowly but surely, I've done maybe 18 squares, but I need 47, so it's gonna be a while. This is gonna be more of like a January project for when I don't have a million things to get done. If you've never crocheted before, see if someone in your family knows how and can show you. If not, there are plenty of YouTube tutorials out there to help you get started. I promise it's not that hard, and it's a great way to relax during the winter. When I think of winter, one of the first things that comes to mind is snow. So for the next idea, we're going to make some DIY snow globes. All you need for this project is a clear container with a lid. I use these little bead containers from the dollar store that I had for some reason, but you could use an empty peanut butter jar or something similar. You'll also need some water, glitter, some E6000 or super glue, and either clear glue or corn syrup. This part's optional, but you could also use some small plastic figures. First, glue your figure to the bottom of the lid. I know they sell little things like this at the dollar store if you don't have any lying around. When the glue dries, fill the container 1/4 to 1/3 of the way full with clear glue or corn syrup, and fill the rest with water. Add your glitter and mix everything up. I used some white glitter and some silver star glitter. Put more E6000 glue along the edge of the lid, and place the lid on the jar. You might want to put a paper towel underneath, since some of the water could spill out when you put the lid on, especially if you put a little figure in there. Let that dry, and your snow globe's ready to go. I'd probably use a darker color of glitter next time so that it would show up better, but otherwise, I'm honestly just happy that it worked. I'm one of those people who's always cold, but it gets especially bad in the winter. If you have a similar problem, try making one of these rice heating packs. Take 2 pieces of fabric that are 16 inches by 6 inches and pin them with the right sides together. Sew along 3 of the sides, leaving one of the short sides open. Flip the fabric right side out and press the fabric with an iron. Fold the fabric in half and mark that spot with a pin. Fold both halves in half again and mark those spots with a pin as well. This will divide the fabric into 4 sections. Pour some rice about halfway to the first pin. Make sure that your rice is like normal rice and not the instant kind. Then sew a line where you place that first pin. I found it helpful to put extra pins above the rice so that it would stay put while I was sewing. Sew along the second pin and repeat until you've filled up 3 sections. For the 4th section, I filled it halfway with rice and pinned it down just like before, except this time I hand sewed the opening shut with a ladder stitch. To use this, you just pop it in the microwave for a minute or 2, and you have your very own heating pad. If I made this again, I'd probably make it a little bit longer, maybe 20 inches or even 24 inches so that it could be wrapped around my neck a little easier. But otherwise, this is a cheap and easy project that you might already have the materials for. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like this one. My merch, my website, and all of my social media will be linked down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys later. Bye!